Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the Mello Yello Duel from Daytona, the qualifying races for the 8th annual Great American Race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and we are under the lights for 2 qualifying races here tonight, duel number 1 and duel number 2 coming right after this one. And we have a very interesting situation for this year's duel because Julio Cesar for Zidell Motorsports locked onto the outside pole, which means there's only one more spot left for the other 7 uncharted drivers, and that means we got to put them all in one duel race, and they're all going to be in this one, in duel number 1. So all 7 of the remaining uncharted drivers are going to battle it out, and whoever finishes highest of those 7 uncharted drivers will be in the Daytona 500. So this is going to determine the inside starting positions for the Daytona 500 from row 2 to row 16. Andrew Miller is already locked on to the Daytona 500 pole, but the next 15 guys who qualify their way in, so this is going to be disregarding Andrew Miller and the part-time drivers who fail to qualify. So the first 15 to make it in will make up rows 2 through 16 on the inside lane. Of course, at the end of the video, we will show you guys the Daytona 500 starting grid, and from there, it should be pretty simple and easy to understand. I'm alongside Justin Zidell, and you don't have to worry too much because you have all 4 of your drivers already locked into the Daytona 500, but there's 7 other part-time drivers in this race who want to race their way in. So are they going to be aggressive, or should they keep it clean and safe? Because we've already seen 5 flips so far during speed weeks.
I'm going to let you know right now, they should really keep it together, like keep it clean for like the first part of the race, but when it gets down to the end, that's where it's go time. That's where they're gonna really have to be aggressive to get that spot to get into the Daytona 500. So for them, keep it smooth, but when it gets to like the final laps, go time.
Pretty straightforward and simple, and keeping it smooth is what we're here for with the Mello Yello Duel. The original smooth. Pretty good fit to the sponsor there, Justin. But I will say, if a caution comes out within 4 laps to go, the race is over, so you might not know when to go. So you might be seeing these guys getting aggressive halfway through the event. They're only 12 laps each, so there's not much time to get things done. And this dual race is definitely the most critical of the 2 because we're going to send 6 guys home in this one. Everybody in duel number 2 will be in the 500 anyway, so gonna be a fun night, and it's gonna be a fun race here for duel number 1 in the Mello Yello Duel. Andrew Miller starts on the pole for tonight's event, driving the number 47 for Tanker Motorsports, and no matter what happens to him in this race, he will be starting on the pole Saturday afternoon in the Daytona 500. So he could wreck out, flip into the catch fence, and he'd be still starting on that front row for the Great American Race. He's alongside Matt Dalio in the number 79. He's won the Daytona 500 pole before, and he barely missed out, just under Andrew Miller and Julio Cesar. He'll be starting second in dual race number 1. Garrett Sydnor in the number 16. He's going for his first win in well over a year. As a matter of fact, Matt Dalio is also going for his first win in well over a year. Neither Garrett Sydnor or Matt Dalio won a race in 2018. He's alongside the first of the 7 uncharted drivers we have in this race. This is Colton Yo in the number 98. He has to finish ahead of the other 6 guys to advance on to the Daytona 500. Nathan Stapleton alongside Cody Sill in row number 3. Angel Olvera, another part-time driver alongside last year's pole sitter and Daytona 500 champion Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary DiLello, a part-time driver in the 67 alongside Hierjel, Arvin, Alonso. And Justin Roberts starts alongside rookie Mitchell Henderson, replacing Stuart Gretton at the North State Racing number 25. We'll go ahead and show you the other part-time drivers in the event. There is Stephen Thompson starting the outside lane in the 97, Nick Smith in the 71 right behind him, Christian Russell in the 62, and Daniel Voyles in the 31. So between Colton Yo, Angel Olvera, Zachary DiLello, Stephen Thompson, Nick Smith, Christian Russell, and Daniel Voyles, the highest finisher of those 7 guys will race in the Daytona 500. So Justin, who's it going to be? Which one of those 7 you think it's going to be in the Daytona 500?
And I'm going to go with Colton Yo. I think he's going to do it.
good pick. Both of his career wins on Napafan have come right here at the Daytona International Speedway under the lights. We'll have to see what he does. Green flag in the air for dual race number 1 in the Mello Yello Duel. And the number 47 of Andrew Miller gets the jump on the start. He's going to clear Matt Dalio. They're 3 wide already for third. Nathan Stapleton to the inside of Garrett Sydnor and Colton Yo as the top 2 are single file and pulling away. Great run for Andrew Miller and also a great run for Matt Dalio. They don't have to worry about wrecking at the moment because there's nobody alongside him. Garrett Sydnor, a little bit of a push there from Nathan Stapleton, and he might push Matt Dalio to the inside for the race lead underneath of Andrew Miller.
Dalio's got the lead right now. Kind of clean start right now. They're 3 wide. Just hopefully they don't go 4 wide, and we should be good.
If we go 4 wide here at Daytona, we've already seen it happen multiple times throughout Speed Weeks. It usually does not end well. Like I said, we've already had 5 flips in, I think, the 3 races we've had so far. So hopefully we can avoid flips and crashing altogether here tonight in both of these dual races. Matt Dalio leads lap 1. There are no points awarded for these races. I know in Season 6 we awarded points for the Mello Yello Duel. Not the case this season, so it's just to set the Daytona 500 starting grid. And right now, the uncharted driver who would make it on would be Zachary DiLello for North State Racing in the number 67. But to the point, Nathan Stapleton to the inside of Matt Dalio, and Stapleton's got the lead from the rest of the field. He'll lead lap number 2. Matt Dalio getting a run on the outside lane. A little bit of help there from Garrett Sydnor. The outside lane coming in right now here at Daytona. Haven't seen it happen too much where the outside lane has worked so far during Speed Weeks, but it's working right now, and Matt Dalio's got a veteran right behind him. Both of those guys would love to get a victory. Like I said, they went throughout the entire year of 2018 without a race victory. They might help each other out and get a win here tonight. Dalio holding on to an advantage ahead of Nathan Stapleton for the moment, but Stapleton still on the inside and holding on to the lead for the American Motorsports number 28. And at the line, Nathan Stapleton will lead 2 laps in a row.
A great run by Nathan Stapleton. He's really doing a great job. Dalio's right there. So far they've been haven't made a lot of passes yet, still kind of the same, but we'll see as it gets closer to like the second half. That's where they're going to really be aggressive. Man,
we got some 4 wide. Trey Barto looking to the inside of Nick Smith and Colton Yo, but there's a hole for Colton Yo, and they're back to 3 wide. Great job by those guys avoiding a 4 wide situation, especially through turn number 4. You do not want to see that 4 wide. Here comes Justin Roberts to the inside of Nathan Stapleton and Matt Dalio, and Roberts is going to lead lap number 4. The second ever winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, back in the original number he won his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. He's teammates to Nathan Stapleton to the inside for the lead on lap 5.
That's a great run by Justin Roberts. You got Brad Stover behind. Remember, he dominated most of the season last year, but that chase kind of messed him up. Now that it's strict points, he might have a better shot. You better watch out for him. He's going to be coming this year.
He will. He is a sophomore in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, won the Rookie of the Year last year, and I will say, even if we had a strict points championship last year, Elijah Gordon would have still won the championship, but Brad Stover was definitely a top 10 driver last year, and Titan Fury looking very strong this year. His teammates right behind him in Trey Barto. You know, this guy's good. It's been a while since he's won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, since Season 5 at Boston. But I think this is going to be Trey Barto's year. He's got some very solid teammates in Brad Stover and Sebastian Kukulon. And, of course, he's got a very solid car for Titan Fury Motorsports. And he's going to be driving a Dodge for the first time in his career. But, you know, he's in the number 4. And he's on the inside lane right now, pushing his teammate to the lead. Halfway through Mello Yello Duel number 1, coming to lap number 7. Christian Russell is in the position to advance to the Daytona 500 right now. He is the highest uncharted driver in the field.
I mean, this has been a smooth race. They've been 3 and 4 wide most of the race, but they've been able to keep it together. That's what's really surprising me. We'll see what happens when it gets down to those final laps, but right now, they're really doing a great job.
Let's not jinx it. I want to see a completely clean and green race out of these guys. Christian Russell almost moved up on Justin Roberts. Thankfully, he's going to stay right ahead of Mitchell Henderson as they remain 3 wide. That is a very good move there by Christian Russell to avoid that 4-wide situation. It's not usually the guy who's on the way inside, but the second guy up from the inside that causes the 4-wide. And Christian Russell had every opportunity to make it 4-wide, but he probably would have been involved in an accident. If he were, he probably wouldn't be in the Daytona 500. But right now, he's going for the lead to the inside of Trey Barto on lap 8. Barto led lap 7. Here comes rookie Mitchell Henderson, and Henderson's a guy we really don't know too much of, but he is a development driver to the retired Stuart Gretton, who was in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for every season up to this point. I'm looking forward to seeing what Mitchell Henderson does in the number 25. He's got a couple of wins in the Indy Light Series, so we know he's a pretty good driver, and he's got the mentoring from Stuart Gretton, one of the fan-favorite legendary drivers of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Henderson will lead lap number 8, and Daniel Voyles is now in the position to advance to the Daytona 500 in the number 31 as he surpasses Christian Russell to become the highest uncharted driver in the field.
Yeah, it was a great run by Daniel Voyles. He really got a run of Mitchell Henderson coming to that trial bull. And here comes Christian Russell. He's going to that inside. This is going to be good.
That's actually John Arndt in the 05. He looks a lot like Christian Russell, so I don't blame you for getting him mixed up. John Arndt. Really does. John Arndt actually won the Season 4 dual race back in the day, so he's won one of these things before. He's got Andrew Ross behind him, and how fitting for Andrew Ross to be behind him, because those two guys finished 1-2 in the Turkey Hill Truck Series point standings last fall. And they're right now 1-2 here at Daytona in duel number 1. Andrew Ross for Velocity Racing to the inside is going to take the lead away from John Arndt with 3 laps to go in Mello Yello Duel number 1. Watch out for the guy who won this race last year and who won it in season number 5. Jesse Turner is on the inside with 2.5 laps to go. He might just be in the position to get this victory here tonight at Daytona. We're just going to have to see. Carter Friesen to the inside of Andrew Ross for the lead with Tristen Allen behind him. Allen is going for his 3rd career 9-points win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, yet he still hasn't won a points race in this series. 2 laps to go for Carter Friesen as Tristen Allen goes to the inside. Stephen Thompson in position to advance to the Daytona 500 at the moment.
Yeah, this has been a great race. I mean, we're almost to the end. They kept it together. Now all we have to do is just hope they keep it together for that final lap. But you know, they're going to be aggressive.
If we take the white flag, we're going to have a green flag finish. And Stephen Thompson, uncharted driver, trying to get his first career Napa fan win in the Mello Yello Duel to advance him to Daytona 500. But he's got his teammate and a guy who's won this thing 2 times before, Jesse Turner, right behind him. White flag in Duel 1 of the Mello Yello Duel in 2019. Here comes Turner. He's to the inside. Will he go 2 years in a row with a dual victory? He's going to have to hold off last year's Daytona 500 winner to do so. It looks like Stephen Thompson's going to be good to advance. I don't think Zachary DiLello is going to be able to get to him in time. But Zachary Fitzwater, help from Wyatt Quail, rookie driver for Full Frontal Motorsports. It's going to be between Fitzy and Turner. Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9, Jesse Turner in the 77. Turner goes up to block his teammate, and he's not going to be able to get the run on Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater from the Daytona 500 to the duel will win duel number 1 in the Mello Yello Duel of Season 8 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And Stephen Thompson for NRLOA Motorsports will advance on to Daytona 500 in the number 97. That's Otter Island Motorsports now. The NRLOA is long gone. But Stephen Thompson's not long gone. He's going to be battling for a Daytona 500 victory come Saturday. Jesse Turner almost got it, but how about Zachary Fitzwater? You can't stop this guy here at Daytona, can you?
Oh, you can. I mean, he is probably one of the best NR 2003 drivers ever. I mean, he's accomplished so much in so much leagues and series. I mean, you can't keep this guy out. This guy will be battling for any type of winning championship.
And he's going to be battling for the win in the Daytona 500 as he will start in the 3rd position. And the other guy to point out there, Stephen Thompson in the 97 will be driving in the Daytona 500. He's the last guy to qualify his way into the big show. But Zachary Fitzwater getting the win Here are the official standings of the race. Fitzwater with the victory. Wyatt Quail will be starting in the 5th position for the Daytona 500. And Jesse Turner almost won back-to-back dual races. Couldn't quite get it on Zachary Fitzwater. He will be starting 7th for the Great American Race. Hierjel, Arvin, Alonso, Mitchell Henderson, Stephen Thompson, Roger A, Trey Barto, and Tristen Allen all going to be on that inside lane in their respective positions. Unfortunately for Zachary DiLello, he will not be in the show on Saturday, as he's going to be heading home after this one. Same with Nick Smith, Angel Olvera, Daniel Voyles, Colton Yo, and Christian Russell. They fail to qualify for the Great American Race. So the top 15 who advance on that inside lane are going to be the top 15 drivers minus those who fail to qualify. So it's probably going to be everybody from Nathan Baird on up. We'll be starting from rows 2 to 16 on an inside lane, of course. Andrew Miller will be automatically on the pole for the Daytona 500. And we'll have to see what happens when the Daytona 500 rolls around for these guys. But Zachary Fitzwater looking strong here in Mello Yello Speed Weeks. We'll see what he does in the Daytona 500 come Saturday. We're not done yet here from the Mello Yello Duel. We still got one more race left to go. We are back for dual race number 2 to set the outside starting positions for the Daytona 500. The outside lane from rows 2 to 16. The first 15 drivers who qualify for finishing in this race, I should say, with the exception of Julio Cesar. He does not count because he's already going to be on the outside pole. First 15 drivers who finish in this race will be making up rows 2 through 16 on the outside lane. Pretty simple as that. Of course, like I said, the Daytona 500 starting grid will be at the end of this video, so you guys will know where you start for the Great American Race on Saturday. There are 3 drivers in this race in particular I want to mention. They have not raced since season number 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and if you don't know, season 5 was probably my favorite Chick-fil-A Cup Series season. You got Jonathan Skimnicki returning in the number 26. He was in the first Daytona 500, almost won that. He almost won the 5th Daytona 500 as well. And this guy is great at Daytona. He's driving the number 26 for Durek Motor Racing. Seth Cole is back. He is returning to the number 83. And he's driving for Hamill Racing Enterprises, the Monster Energy Toyota. And Josh Marzak, the Season 5 Daytona 500 champion, returning to the number 34 for American Motorsports in season number 8. He starts 20th for this race. But Zachary Fitzwater started pretty deep in the field, I do believe. Actually, he didn't. He started 8th, but on the outside lane. So he probably fell to the back and then came back through the field to win duel number 1. So starting in the back in one of these duel races is pretty good, because Matt Dalio started on the outside pole in the first duel race and he finished last. So it usually flip-flops in these duel races. So watch out for Josh Marzak, because that 34 might get to the front. So Justin, they went caution-free in the first one. Do you think they're going to go caution-free in this one? We do have fewer cars, but it's kind of a winner-take-all kind of thing. They got nothing to lose in this race, so they're going to be more aggressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because the first duel we kind of thought they were, like I said, I thought they were going to go aggressive, but they actually kept it together, like, cleanly. But they did make some moves at the end, so we'll see what happens in this race. If they do, they go aggressive, or they're going to be like duel 1 if they stay clean.
We will have to see indeed, and we got 20 cars and 12 laps to decide who gets the win here in duel race number 2. A Napa fan win is on the line, and that's about it. Because restarting the Daytona 500 doesn't mean too much, even though we did have the pole sitter win last year. It's a restricted plate race, and we saw what happened in duel race number 2. Matt Dalio went from the top to the back in that event, so anything is possible here at Daytona. So these guys is trying to get a victory here tonight. And Julio Cesar in the number 10 is in the Daytona 500 no matter what happens. And he's going to be starting second no matter what happens in this race. As an uncharted driver, he qualified for the outside pole and locked his spot into Daytona 500. So he'll be starting alongside Riley Spurley in duel number 2. This is Spurley's first attempt at the Daytona 500. Going to be his first full-time season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series as a rookie for Tanker Motorsports. Diego Yepes, he won the Mello Yello Smooth Fest on Friday night. He's going for a second win during Mello Yello Speed Weeks. He's alongside number 12, Michael Canto, both of those guys in their second full-time seasons of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Here is the defending Turkey Hill Series champion. With that championship, he's going to be driving full-time in season number 8 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for Titan Fury Motorsports. That's Sebastian Kukulon in the number 13. He's alongside rookie Mark Davidson, making his first full-time run for Tanker Motorsports in the number 95. Veteran Alexander Rowe alongside Christian Master, returning after a long hiatus to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Great to have him back. He almost won the Daytona 500 in season number 1. And behind him, John Andrews back to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. His first full-time season. He was a part-timer a few years ago. He's going to be starting alongside Emily Anderson, replacing the defending champion Elijah Gordon at EGI. Her first full-time season, her first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series start in anything here tonight. We're going to see what she's made out of in this one. So Zachary Fitzwater won the first one. He will be starting third. The winner of this race will be starting in fourth. Only unless Julio Cesar wins this race, then whoever finishes second will be starting fourth in the Daytona 500. So Julio Cesar and Riley Spurley on the front row, 20 drivers in this event. Let's see who gets it done in dual race number 2. Will it be wild or will it be calm? We haven't had a caution in one of these things since season 5. Let's hope that stays here tonight at Daytona. Julio Cesar out to a good jump, just like Andrew Miller did in the first one, but Andrew Miller finished outside the top 25 in that one. So, you might not want to get out to a good jump here because a lot of passing can happen in these dual races. The night version of Daytona is a lot different than the day version. The outside lane doesn't work near as well as it does when we are under the sunshine. But either way, Julio Cesar holding on to the lead. Riley Spurley trying to get the outside lane to work. And Diego Yepez, he's won a race already this week. He wants to get another one to the inside of Julio Cesar for the lead on lap 1.
Yeah, great run by Diego Yepez. He's got the lead. He's probably going to lead this lap. You got Sebastian Kukulon coming. Let's just hope, like the first duel, they stay clean.
Good thing is, if these guys do wreck, nobody's going to miss the Daytona 500. All 20 of these guys will be racing on Saturday. There goes Kukulon in the number 13 to the inside of Diego Yepez for the lead. He's got Alexander Rowe and Rowe's teammate at Wade Enterprises, John Andrews, on the inside lane. And Jonathan Skivnicki's going to make it 3 wide. Bold move there by the returning driver. He was itching to get back into a race car. He hasn't raced since 2017 in the Hearst Dash Series. And like I said, this is his first full-time season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series since 2016. He's 3 wide on the inside at John Andrews and Riley Spurley as they're still side by side for the race lead between Yepez and Kukulon. Yepez, back-to-back laps led here at Daytona.
Yeah, great run by Yepez. Doing a great job. You got Kukulon right there. See, this is where they kind of stayed in their same positions, but when it got towards the end, that's where the inside line kind of started to make a run. And that's where Zachary Fitzwater really got up front to win that first dual race. So we'll see what happens here.
Silas Orta, the number 88, a rookie driver. This is his first career Napa fan start here tonight. And he, along with Lucas Jacobson, both making their first career Napa fan starts in dual race number 2. We have no idea what these guys are made out of, but they're going to show us a little bit of something here tonight. And Silas Orta working the inside lane, trying to move his way up to the field here in dual race number 2. And a problem on Sebastian Kukulon's machine in the number 13. Thankfully, it did not involve anyone else when he was cutting down to the apron, but tough break for Sebastian Kukulon. He was battling for the lead with Diego Yepez, and most likely he's going to have to go off the owner points that Cameron Garlington earned in that number 13 from last season. And he's going to be starting outside the top 33. So Yepez still out front. That split the pack up a little bit, a little more spread out for the lead draft, and Yepez is going to lead his 4th straight lap here in dual race number 2. So this race is completely opposite from what we saw in the first one. Had a lot of passing in dual race number 1. We have yet to see a pass for the lead in dual number 2. But Julio Cesar, the pole sitter in this race, going to the inside for the race lead.
Yeah, I mean, Kukulon going to apron kind of split it up, but you kind of knew they were going to come back, which they already did right now. But this has been kind of a silent race, kind of not a lot passing, but when it gets down to the end, that's where they might start passing more.
I know Diego Yepez wants to lead every lap and take this victory away, and I think he's going to lead this one as well. 5 in a row for Yepez.
Really consistent.
Number 39 of Riley Spurley's on the inside with John Andrews, Silas Orta behind him as Julio Cesar leads the inside lane on Diego Yepez. Not much 3 wide, and when we only have 2 double file lanes like this, or should I say 2 single file lanes like this, that's usually when the outside lane works compared to the inside. But right here, well, Yepez got the run on the outside. They're going to remain side by side for the race lead. They're going to start getting through out a little bit more in the pack, but Yepez is still holding on in the 92, and he might get this lap led as well. Michael Canto is still behind him. Those two guys started on the outside of this race. Or should I say, they started alongside each other in run number 2.
Caesar. Yep, Caesar led that lap. You also see Riley Spurley. He's been trying to pass Caesar, but he hasn't had the run yet. It's coming right now, but we'll see what happens. I mean, but this is the 3 wide stuff right here. They should be really getting a little dicey right here.
Riley Spurley to the inside of Julio Cesar and Diego Yepez. Michael Canto's been behind Yepez this entire run. And they started alongside each other in row number 2, is what I was trying to say there earlier. And then we had a change for the lead with Julio Cesar. But Cesar's going to fall behind. He's going to fall behind the 92. But Yepez might just get the run on Riley Spurley here, and he's going to lead lap 7. Diego Yepez has led half of this race already. He will lead at least half of the laps in this event. We got 5 laps to go in duel number 2 for Diego Yepez, in the 92 has led 6 laps so far. He might lose it here as Riley Spurley, with help from John Andrews, gets the run to the inside.
Yeah, I mean, what a consistent race by Diego Yepez. He's been really doing a great job out front, but here comes the 3 wide. Like I said, this is where they're going to really start making a lot of ground. As you see, they're now completely 3 wide, so this is where it's going to get crazy. Let's hope they keep it together.
John Andrews with a run to the inside of Yepez and Spurley, and now we're 3 abreast throughout the entire field. And Andrews is going to lead lap number 8, 4 laps to go in dual race number 2. Silas Orta in his first career Napa Fam start for Beast Racing is right behind Andrews. And Seth Cole, who has never won a Napa Fan race before, yes, that might seem surprising to some of you, but he's never won a race here on Napa Fam. He might get the victory. He's got help from Lucas Jacobson and Josh Marzak. And hello to Sebastian Kukulon.
This is going to be the game changer.
It will be. This is going to determine who gets this victory in dual race number 2 and the starting position of number 4 in the Daytona 500. Silas Orta to the point, ahead of John Andrews with 3 laps to go in duel number 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is really tight. And now they're coming up the Kukulon. This is where it's going to get a game changer. Let's just hope they keep it together, not wreck. This is going to be really crazy. Usually
when they hit lap traffic, they keep it together. It just slows a couple of lines up, and it opens the door for a lot of guys on one particular line to take home the win. And it looks like the outside's going to get held up here. Or is it? Kukulon, they're going to hit him right through the corner. He's going to block Silas Orta. Here comes Seth Cole in the 83 to the inside. John Andrews and Seth Cole split them, and they're side by side for the race lead with a lap car in between the race leaders with 2 laps to go in dual race number 2. John Andrews 2 to go in the 04. And he's got the outside push. He's going to clear Seth Cole. This might be John Andrews' race to lose right here.
Yeah, I mean, Kukulon actually caught the draft. He didn't really slow anyone up. He's kind of blocking that outside lane, but he didn't like completely slow them up. They're still in contention, just as long as they can kind of get to the inside. I mean, Seth Cole's right there, though. We'll see what happens. Coming to the white flag.
Seth Cole in the 83, looking for his first career Napa Fan win. He's driving for Hamill Racing Enterprises and number 83 team. He would love to start 4th for the Daytona 500 alongside Zachary Fitzwater in row 2. White flag in dual race number 2. We're going to get 24 green flag laps of action here in Mello Yello Duel for the 3rd straight year. Seth Cole to the inside of John Andrews for the lead. Here comes Lucas Jacobson and Josh Marzak on the inside. Will either of these guys try to get to the inside of Seth Cole for the race victory? Looks like John Andrews is going to keep to the outside of the 83, and we might be side by side coming to the line in duel number 2.
Oh, man, this is going to be a good finish. Here they come. Let's
Seth
see who's
Cole,
going to get it.
A little bit of an advantage. John Andrews might get the run on the outside, and he is! Side by side at the line, it's gonna be John Andrews, just barely edging out Seth Cole
that was close.
For duel number 2. Wade Enterprises getting a victory here tonight. They got a victory with Blaine Keys last year, and for the 2nd straight year, Nicholas Wade has something to celebrate on the Thursday before the Daytona 500. John Andrews wins duel number 2 just ahead of Seth Cole. One of the closest finishes we've seen throughout all of Speed Weeks. The closest we've seen so far was that Rockstar Pro Series race when Joey Hightower won. This might be the 2nd closest. Actually, might be the closest between John Andrews and Seth Cole to the line. But what a race! A great way to cap off the night here in Mello Yello Duel. I mean, what am I saying? We're not capping off the night. We got the real deal coming up in less than an hour on Fox Sports 1, so go ahead and check that out. Gander Outdoors Duel. Yeah, that's what it is. Gander Outdoors Duel. But John Andrews with the race victory here tonight in Mello Yello Duel number 2. It's Zachary Fitzwater and John Andrews who win the dual races in 2019. They will start alongside each other in row number 2. And like I said, the Daytona 500 starting grid will be at the end of this video, so you will see where everybody starts for the Great American Race Saturday at noon Eastern Time. I know you're excited for that one, Justin. Who do you think is going to win the Daytona 500 this year?
You mean the real one, right?
I mean the Chick-fil-A Cup Series one.
Hey, because he kind of said. But anyways, I'm hoping one of my drivers. That's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully we can finally get that win we've been looking for as an organization. That's what really surprised me last season. We were so consistent, so good, but we just never were able to get that win. We were knocking on the door, but we just couldn't do it. But now that we have a full season in the books, and everyone has at least some experience, especially Nicholas Samanito. But yeah, we're hoping for a few wins and maybe possibly a championship. So I'm hoping for one of my drivers to win it.
And you got a better chance than anyone. You had 4 drivers in that event. Actually, it's me and you who have the most drivers in the Daytona 500. I got 4 drivers, you got 4 drivers. So we'll have to see how it all goes down. But you got to think, there are 36 other drivers looking to get that race win. So it's going to be an intense race come Saturday afternoon at noon Eastern Time, right here on Napa Fam. Don't you miss it. It's going to be the biggest race of the year here on Napa Fam, and I'm looking forward to see who gets it done here this year for the Great American Race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Andrew Miller will start on the pole, and alongside him, it is going to be Julio Cesar. And behind those guys are dual winners, Zachary Fitzwater and John Andrews. John Andrews won this race by 5/1000ths of a second ahead of Seth Cole. You guys saw this finishing order right there on your screen, so you know where everyone finished for this race, and I won't keep you waiting any longer. Here is the Daytona 500 starting grid. Now, from row 16 on up, they're all determined by where they finish in their dual races. Every position on prior to that, or should I say behind that, from spots 33 to 42 are determined by owner's points from the prior season. So that's how they line up for the Daytona 500. So you guys will see that right now. Thank you very much, Justin, for joining me. Did a great job in the booth, and I'm looking forward to doing the Daytona 500 coming Saturday at noon right here on Napa Fan. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, it is the Rolex Indy Grand Prix. You're going to be in that race, by the way, Justin, so good luck on that one on the road course. And like I said again, Daytona 500 at noon. That's all I'm going to say. That's Saturday right here on Napa Fan. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater and John Andrews for their race victories here tonight. And I will see you guys on Saturday for the Great American Race. I will see you guys later.